you from the Master Shah Dal here in London. I hope everyone here is having a wonderful sunny afternoon for our kind of 4-ish p.m. Facebook Live show. So the center here is having one of our more popular workshops that we have throughout the year. This time, we're going to be having an Open Spiritual Channels workshop. We just had our Tao retreat at the end of May, which is our other really popular workshop. So for Open Spiritual Channels, I have a very special guest. I have with me now Wei Lan. Welcome, Wei Lan.
Well, hello. Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thank you for doing this show for us. So I know, Wei Lan, you've taken a couple of Open Spiritual Channels workshops at the center here before. I'm sure at least 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell us briefly, what did you think about the workshops?
When I took the classes, I was very new student of Master Shah, and I didn't know what to expect. And I remember the class was very interesting.
She says with some trepidation. It was interesting. So what was so interesting, Wei Lan?
I was curious, but also interesting because opening up your spiritual channel, it's something of a dream, to have. And just by doing a workshop, like having your spiritual channel open, wow, it's incredible. And also I remember the soul language. When we were learning how to do the soul language, things were coming out of my mouth and I wasn't sure what I was doing, but it just came out. And I thought, is that me speaking? But I just went along with it, and it was, that was a big thing for me to learn the having the soul language that you can flow out quite easily. And now I do it, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you totally. Number one, the things that Wei Lan has said that I 100% agree with. Number one, opening your spiritual channels is a dream. 100%. It was a dream for me as well. Number two, you can open it in a weekend workshop. Well, a 5-day workshop. No, 100% agree. Had the same exact thought as well. And number three, about your soul language. For our newer friends, soul language is the language of our soul. So it's not English, it's not Chinese, Mandarin, or Cantonese, it's not French. It's actually the language of our own soul, which our physical bodies embody. And then when our soul speaks, it comes out as a very interesting and unique language to you. So like, I don't know, maybe there are like 200-300 languages on Mother Earth right now. Can you imagine each soul has their own unique soul language? So this is like billions of different languages. And then one of the skills that you learn in Open Spiritual Channels is how to translate it. I don't know how much is going to be emphasized, but that is one of to translate the language of your soul, or did you kind of already know what it was saying? Did you even know you could talk to your own soul, or did you just assume your soul was like your conscious mind? That's what I thought.
Well, first of all, because coming from a Buddhist background, we don't believe in the soul, so that was something completely new for me to grasp and digest. But over time, I think it's more to do with the translation, how Buddhists would interpret what a soul is, right? But really never thought about connecting myself with my own soul. And even the soul language and soul, it's just too far out for me. Even now I think, really, I'm talking to my soul? But that's when I think the mind comes in. When your mind, you have to be very open, I think, with this in order for the process to happen. But for me, because, as a Buddhist student, we are very analytical. We always have to question things, break things down. And sometimes it can get in the way when the intellect is too strong. And when the critical mind gets in, it stops the flow of your on the spiritual side, I think. So I have to learn when to relax and trust, so that things can arise much more naturally and easily. So that was my biggest blockage, is to question everything, using my mind, analyzing, and I was just blocking for the actual process to organically unfold. That was my experience.
I think many people probably have that experience, because one of the things when you are learning soul language or any of the spiritual skills that you are going to learn at this workshop, you do have to let go of your analytical mind to let the information flow, because that's basically what it is. You're not getting information from your mind. You're getting information from your soul or the soul world. So as in Mother Earth's soul, the sun's soul, your own soul. If you want to talk to divine, if you want to talk to an angel. So when you're communicating with soul beings, the mind, actually, if you activate the mind, it will block it. You let the mind relax and let them talk through you. And that's amazing, because you've only been here maybe 2.5 years, and now you're quite comfortable with your soul language, your soul translation, speaking to your spiritual fathers and mothers. How has coming to the Master Sha Dao Center strengthened your background being a Buddhist? Has it made you being a Buddhist practitioner, has it opened up a new way that you practice, a deeper understanding of the Buddhist philosophy? What have you noticed in your personal experience?
Yes, it's a good question, because at the beginning I was really struggling, because 20 years of studying Tibetan Buddhism as a practitioner as well, and I wasn't looking for another spiritual path. So when I began my journey with Master Sha, I didn't know what I got myself into in a good way. So at the beginning, it was hard, because I already have so many commitments with my own practice. And obviously, when you take on other practices, you have to practice in order to become good at it. So I had this extra practices that I needed to do along with my Buddhist practice, and I had to spend more time each day to have the practices to fulfill my Buddhist practice, as well as practicing these new skills that I've been learning with Master Sha. It wasn't a smooth journey. It took a bit of time to integrate. And now, 2.5 years later, I find that they complement each other. And what I'm learning from Master Sha, it's really helping me to deepen my own practice, to have more depth in my own practice, as well as having, from my Buddhist experience as a practitioner, to integrate into Master Sha's teachings also helps, because when Master Sha's teaching, some of the concepts and ideas is drawn from the Buddhist tradition. So it's very easy for me to grasp onto that. But then Master Sha is, because it's so open with, to all religions. Now I'm fully much more comfortable. I don't feel guilty. Oh, I'm spending more time Master Sha practices or Buddhist practice. I'm just at ease with both practices. How they can just like a marriage, they're marinating each other. Now it only helps me to enrich my own practice and my life, actually, because I've got both, the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I have to agree with that sentiment. The beautiful thing about Dr. and Master Jigong Sha and the practices, and even his teachers that teach here, is that Master Sha is so open, and he incorporates the different religions. So we're not really teaching religion. It's more about Buddhist philosophy, Taoist philosophy. Master Sha also includes Confucianism. He is totally open, Christianity, Catholicism. For him, all is one, and that is one of his foundational teachings, oneness. So he includes this oneness philosophy in every aspect of life. And when he uses the word Tao, it's not for the Taoist religion. It's more for the definition, which is the way, or the one, just the oneness of it all. And for me, for my religion, I also have deepened in my own religion, because I have received such a deeper understanding and actually a big appreciation for my own religion. Because with my upbringing, I have to say, I didn't understand much. I just did it because my parents would tell me, okay, let's go to the temple, or let's go to satsang, or wherever we would go. But I didn't really understand it deeply. And coming into Master Sha's teachings and his wisdom, and even opening the spiritual channels, I have garnered this deep appreciation of my own culture and religion. And again, with Master Sha, it's not a religion, it's more of a way of life, a philosophy. And I love how it's limitless, because I can talk to whoever I want. That's the beautiful thing about having open spiritual channels. So, Huilan, tell us an example of how you use your channels in everyday life, even if you don't realize it.
I always say I don't see anything. My
Okay.
channel is not open.
Hmm.
But then my friends, they tell me, you can see, look what you're telling me, what you're sharing. So what I basically understood is that opening your spiritual channel, my idea is that you see things with your third eye. Like, we have two eyes, and we physically see what's in front of us, right? Whatever it is. So here's the camera. But then I visualize the third eye, the spiritual eye, being here in between the brow. I feel that we need to open that area to see in front of like what I see physically, but only with spiritual images, but here. But I didn't realize what I've been told is that actually you can see things anywhere and everywhere. And I'm still trying to work that out because I'm using my mind. But what I know is that I'm very sensitive, but I didn't realize that I can see. I'm sensitive in the ways that I feel more like I'm very observant. I can catch things very quickly, and I can't explain to you why. And people telling me, well, that's because your channel's open. But I'm still not convinced, because I think we have to see from here. But I feel more. I can intuitively. I just feel things like a sense of knowing. not necessarily seeing.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Oh yes, it does. That is one of the that actually the knowing channel is one of the channels that you will learn about at the Open Spiritual Channels workshop. You will learn about it, but it is the hardest channel and most complicated channel to open. So congratulations. So see, you're doing really well. So as a Huilan's experience, everyone goes through these different layers and levels. Opening your spiritual channels occurs on different levels. There's 4 main spiritual channels, and as I mentioned, the knowing channel is the hardest one to open. Huilan mentioned the third eye knowing channel, the third eye channel. We spoke about the soul language. That's another one of the channels. So you will learn more and more. The 4th channel is the direct communication channel. We will go into the details during the workshop, but as you know, you've already learned something, I'm sure, in the short Facebook Live, as in you've learned many things actually, but one of the things is you've learned there's 4 spiritual channels. You've learned that there are different levels of spiritual channels. You've learned that you too probably already have a certain level of open channels like Huilan, like I did, and you can learn how to widen that channel. You can learn how to really hone that skill, and you can learn how to communicate with pretty much almost, you will learn the rules to almost any soul in the universe. Now, how awesome is that? So please join us for our Open Spiritual Channels workshop. It is coming up pretty soon. Mark your calendars, July 29th to August 2nd. There you go. There's the link. Find out more. You get some goodies along with this workshop. It's a 5-day workshop. So if you're working, if you can't take days off, there are recordings. They're going to be, like I mentioned earlier, a few little goodies we'll publicly announce a little bit later. But this is a workshop that you definitely do not want to miss. We have students globally who will come to this workshop online. And it is one of the most popular workshops we have. So thank you so much, Huilan. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, your experience, your background. Any closing words before we sign off for everyone here?
Have an open heart, an open mind, and it's amazing, this journey. I mean, it's really unexpected for me. I'm still learning so much, but it's helped me to feel more confident, to connect with not just people, but on a deeper dimension, so that it can really enrich your life and enhance your life to bring more, just having more in your life that you can work with. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.
That's beautiful. So thank you, everybody. If you know anybody who's interested in opening their spiritual channels, if you know anyone who's spiritually inclined, or even if they want to go deeper into their own type of religion or philosophy, they want to have greater communication, more communication with their spiritual fathers and mothers, please tell them about this workshop. Once again, I do want to emphasize we're not religious based. We're totally open. We're non-religious, but we do follow certain philosophies, which Dr. and Master Jigong Shah has used for years. The center here has opened channels of so many people, and we teach you how to do it in a safe and effective way. So please share this video. Please like the video. Please have some comments. If there's any questions, we will get back to you. But please share, comment, like the video, help spread around the message. So thank you once again. My name's Hina, and I will see you next Wednesday at the Master Shah Tao Center here in London. Okay, goodbye.